Good morning. Yeah, Ben, how about you? Oh, good. Okay. We're going to do almost all stretching this morning because I'm pretty. I'm not really torn up from yesterday, but since yesterday was the first day that I did resistance training lifting for about a week, I did, and with some running, I absolutely felt it, and so taking a day from resistance training, get back to flexibility, movement. We can do some core and maybe some light resistance training to help get the blood circulating and get that stimulated strength feeling going. So we're not going to do a formal yoga session. What we will do is use a number of the postures from our usual series to help us. But we will also incorporate some other ones, and that's it. Okay. So we're going to start with half moon pose. So interlace your fingers like this, and then release your index fingers. Put your hands above your head, and then you want your arms to run along the back of your ears. Let your hips be as aligned as possible. So you're pointing your coccyx to the floor. And then we will move one side to the next. Let your hips move in the opposite direction of your fingertips. Pull your stomach in, lift up and through, constantly working to reach the arms up. Good. Reach them up, and then point the coccyx to the floor. Pull the stomach in, reach the arms up, bend it on over. Now bring the shoulder that is pointed down forward some, and bring the opposite pelvic tip forward. Now really reach with your arms. You should feel huge stretching sensation along your side. Pulling your stomach in, push your hips to one side. Weight should be in your heels, your chin should be up. Don't let it get pulled down. It wants to get pulled down. Switch. Inhale, reach up, check in on your chin, coccyx pointing down, ground your feet over. Engage your thighs. reach the arms. Concentrate on reaching with your arms. Really reach with them. These are active movements. Good. Okay, we're going to continue with this movement. Reach the arms up, tilt your head back, and then don't arch your back first. Bring your arms back, lift into your chest, press your palms together more. Bring your arms back again, lift your chest, reach with the arms, bring them back, lift the chest. Now, arch back, but bring the arms and reach them. Come on up. Good. Down. This should really work to help to wake up your body. Leaning forward now and moving your arms and your legs, some squats. You can move your head, no, yes, little circles. Now reach behind your heels. I'll tilt the lens down so you can see the position of my hands. This is all the same as the 26 and 2 yoga series. Feet are together. Have your elbows come behind your legs. Stomach is pressed to your thighs. Now lift your hips and pull on your heels. Don't force anything. Pull your stomach in and keep your body pressed to your thighs. Good. Relax. Bend your knees. Arms straight out. Lift up and come up. Let your arms float down. Good. Okay, now, instead of following the 26 and 2 series, we're going to roll our shoulders. I'm going to kill this light because there's a lot of glare. Let's see, now it's all backlit. So I will reverse. So I get a better lighting situation. And we'll kill the green line. Alexa, turn off track. There we go. Hopefully that's a little better. Okay, so now we're going to roll our shoulders forward. You can see the movement. It's a circle that's going forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Now we're going to roll them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to go, we call it ear to ear. But really what it is just ear to shoulder. Put your hands behind your back, stomach in, and bring your ear to your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. Squeeze your butt because we're also working on body alignment. 1, 2, 3. Lift up and into your chest. Pull your stomach in. Other side. As a matter of fact, interlace your fingers so they are sort of cupped behind you. Pull your stomach in. Other side. If you're confused by the hand position I just mentioned because you can't see them, you turn around. Let's stop for a second and I will show you. What I mean is interlace your fingers behind you like this. Let's do it again just for practice, because this will help you to align your body more accurately. Squeezing your butt, pointing your coccyx down. Make sure your head is level. You can elevate your chin a little bit if you would like to. Let's go again. Ear to shoulder. 1, 2, 3. Stomach in. Squeeze the butt. Other side. Squeeze the butt. Lower abdominals in. Lifting up. Good. Now we're going to roll the chin across the chest, but we're not going to roll it back. So don't let your head list backward, just across the chest. So first, bring your ear to your shoulder, roll your chin across your chest, and then up to center and over, and then bring your ear over to your other shoulder, roll it across. Great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Let's do, we're going to do some squats with the arms extending. So when the arms come out, the hands rotate forward like this, and then they come back. We're going to do 3 sets of 20. This will help to get our blood circulating. I'll go in profile. My feet are a little bit wider than my hips. When I come down, my back is straight, and I bring my arms up as high up as I can. So they come up and actually come behind my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Take a little rest. We'll stay consistent with the duration of our rest periods when we're doing any kind of strength training. Strength training using your body is wonderful. A lot of people feel that it's a more natural approach. Sort of provides its own ecosystem. I don't know if there's much logic to it. Anyway, here we go. Interlace your fingers. But body weight training is something that you can always do. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2. Really try to get the arms up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Down. Let's take 30 seconds of rest. Feel it. You can feel my heart rate is already getting elevated. That means blood is circulating, which is wonderful, delivering nutrients, energy, oxygen to your body, improving cognition, mental clarity, and focus. Here we go. Last set of these. Pull your stomach in. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Okay. Let's get down on the floor, do some stretching. We're also going to do the roller, so may as well keep your roller next to you. Okay. Let's see. The first one that I want to do today is during our 26 and 2 series. It's called fixed firm pose. Here we go. The way that it's done is open your knees, and then your hips go down, and the idea is that they should rest on the floor. But this is really important. This posture is not meant to stretch your knees. Your knees are not meant to be stretched. Please be alert to instructors who may suggest that stretching your knees, ligaments particularly, is a good idea. It's not. Is it good to have elasticity in your ligaments? Yes, it is. But that doesn't mean that we want to stretch them because they don't really stretch back. Okay, so as we're sitting here, you can open up your feet a little bit more, but the idea where you want to feel the stretch is in your hips, right here. Now, you can bring your knees forward a little, not your knees, I'm sorry, your elbows in front of your knees, and arch your back, pushing the top of your pelvis down. So you are arching your back. You can look up if you'd like to, if that helps, and work on that arch. You're going to feel the stretch in the top of your pelvis more significantly. I found that this particular motion, arching forward in this posture, has provided the greatest lower back relief of any posture I've found so far. Arch the back. Good. Come on up. We're going to do that one more time. So even if you can drop your butt, well, I shouldn't say that. Don't lie back in this posture. That's really the fundamental thing. We're not trying to stretch our knees. You want flexible joints, yes, but you don't want the flexibility, the movement to occur inside of the joint itself, because ligaments are what create joints. They are what connect one section of bone to another section of bone. For instance, in your leg, your femur to your tibia. So your ligaments are holding those things together. Flexibility in the joint is made by creating flexibility in your quadriceps and hamstrings, your adductors and your abductors, not by creating flexibility in the ligaments of your knees. Knees open, drop your hips down, and unfortunately there are yoga instructors who will encourage people to create flexibility in their ligaments. Please don't follow those instructors. I think that they mean well for the most part. They're just misguided. Arch your upper back, or rather, arch your back. You know, in all fairness, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe Western biology is wrong in this regard. Maybe if we do work on developing flexibility in our ligaments, that their elasticity will be maintained and improved, permitting them to move more freely in a good way. But for the most part, from what I understand with regard to the biology, is that ligaments are there for stability and support. Yes, you want elasticity in them, the same way that you want some flexibility in your bones. You don't want brittle bones. You certainly don't want brittle and hardened ligaments. But you don't want to distort the shape of your bones, and you don't want to distort the shape of your ligaments. And that is some of the deal with ligaments. Keep your back arched. Is that when you pull them, they have a tendency not to return to their original shape, which you don't want. When you pull a ligament, that's when you've sprained it. Here we go. You can and should work on improving the flexibility of your muscles and your tendons. They have natural elasticity and they have a tendency to want to return to their original shape. Okay. Thank goodness we have rollers. Rollers are awesome. The first one we're going to do is we're going to put both legs out in front, lift your right leg, bring it over, left leg in. So your hips are still facing forward. Interlace your fingers, bring them over. Now, rotate your trunk, reach your arms up, rotate your trunk and come down. Grab that foot, rotate your trunk in, bringing your forehead to your knee. Keep rotating your trunk, bringing your forehead to your knee. Squeeze your elbows in, stomach in. Gently release. Come on up. Both legs out. Bring your left leg over, your right leg in. Interlace your fingers. Arms up. Rotate your trunk. Pull your stomach in. Come down. Grab your foot. Forehead to your knee. Squeeze your elbows toward your leg, rotating in. And release. Good. Both legs out. Keep your arms up. Really reach them up. You can look up to your hands now. Pull your stomach in. Come down with a flat back. And reach, if you can, grab your feet. Grab across your feet like that. And engage your thighs. Now, arch your back. If you can't grab your feet like this, that's okay. You can grab your shins. But the idea is to have a flat back, so that way you are folding in half like a piece of paper, not a rolled up piece of paper. A piece of paper with a nice crease. Pull your stomach in. Pull on your feet or pull on your shins. You can see that my heels are coming up off the floor. It's because my thighs are engaged. Pull the stomach in. And release. Good. Something I do at that moment is I put my hands by my hips, I lift up and I relax and I let my hips just sort of relax and my spine naturally opens up, which is a wonderful experience. It's a great feeling of decompression. Okay, now we're going to open both legs. Let's try to open them together. Good. And then you can put your hands behind you, push forward just a little bit. And again, with all of our stretches, the object is not a rounded sensation, except for, I shouldn't say with all of them, but with these particular stretches, right now, we're not trying to round our body. We're working on developing the alignment of the pelvis, particularly. Now, so with your back straight, we're going to go forward. And just as we had our hands in the beginning when we were doing squats, have your back nice and flat. And now, after you've reached that position, you can bring your arms down, but make sure that you are continuing to have your back straight and your feet, your toes, point out. Rather, they roll backward away from you. And you can have your thighs engaged, so engaged as in fact that your heels can come up off the floor while you have a flat back. Now relax your thighs a little bit so that your heels can relax some. Oh. And come on. Feel a little bit of a response in my legs here. Do this again. Okay, let's go back into that position to a straddle stretch if you took yourself out of it. Now, if you can, push your toes back actually with your hands. If you can't do it with your hands, you can rotate your legs backward from your shins or the insides of your knees. So you're rotating those feet back. Keeping a flat back. So you need to arch your back in order to achieve that flatness. Otherwise, it's going to have a natural inclination to get rounded, which we don't want. Good. Now, release your legs or feet with your arms in front of you. We're going to move just 45 degrees with our hands in front. Now take the shoulder and rotate it in and keep your back nice and flat. Pull your stomach in. Good. Now we're going to walk our hands over to the other side, but we're only going to a 45-degree relationship to our leg and our center line. And then rotate the shoulder in. And then secure a flat back. You want to push the foot out a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Because it may have a tendency to want to rotate in. We don't want that. We actually want it up and out. So this is a good position. Good. Now let's walk back to center. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try, come on up. You can, again, what I do is I take my hands and I lift my hips up just about half an inch and I allow my legs and lower body to just completely detach. And it helps to pop the vertebrae so that way there is decompression going on, which is a tremendous relief. Let's rotate the legs a little bit, loosen them up. You can also wiggle your hip, your pelvis some. Okay. We want to relax the legs, provide some real looseness, fluidity to them. Put your hands behind you, move your hips a little bit. Rotate them. Good. Now, if you can, put one hand in front, the other one behind, lift, push forward just an inch or two. And that will help to open up your legs even further. Now, come forward. With this hand, if you can, bring it on to the inside of the knee, just like this. With this hand, reach up and across. And with the elbow that's against the inside of the knee, if it has to be like this, rotate your trunk in relationship to your leg. So you are trying to bring your upper shoulder backward, and you can look up. Good. Now roll down. And we're going to walk our hands as far out in front of us as we can to reach the other side, where we once again put our elbow to the inside of our leg. You can have it this direction if you would like to, because that will provide you some leverage. And reach up and over. Now rotate by pushing against the inside of your knee with your elbow and looking up. A secret of this kind of stretch, in the straddle stretch, that will provide you with more flexibility, is we have a tendency to, of course, think about the limb that we are reaching out over. But the secret is to relax the opposite limb. When you relax the opposite limb, it helps open everything else up. Good. Roll down. Take your time. I'm not trying to blow up our neuromuscular system. And come on up. And let's see if we can pop it out one more time. Oh, means we've developed some looseness. So let me give a little bit of clarity to what I was saying before. When I was indicating to relax the opposite limb. So let me give an example. When I reach out over, this is my right leg. I'm not sure if it's shown as my right or my left in the video. If I'm stretching out over this leg, but I put my mind into this leg to relax this leg, then what happens is I find that tension, which is pulling me that direction toward this leg, is released, and I am provided greater flexibility over the leg that I'm currently attending to. Okay. So let's bring our hands together, interlace our fingers, reach them up, chin up a little bit, really reach your hands up, tilt forward, bring your hands forward. Good. Now walk them over, and we're going to really reach out and stretch over this leg. If you can grab your foot, do. This shoulder needs to rotate in. So you're constantly working to rotate the shoulder in and flatten the back against your leg, not rounded. A rounded back is not going to provide you the flexibility in your limbs that you're looking for. It's not going to improve alignment. So keep working on flattening your back, pulling on the foot, and relaxing the opposite leg. rotating the shoulder. Good. Now we're here, so we're going to walk our hands all the way out in front of us. And as we're walking, you can pull forward with your fingertips, providing some additional stretch. Good. Grab this foot with both hands if you can. Flatten the back and rotate the shoulder in. Good. Walk your hands, pulling with your fingertips, working on keeping that back nice and flat, the hips, the pelvis tilting forward, moving loosely. Good. Now we're going to go one more time in the center. Reach the hands out as far as possible. Flatten the back. And walk your hands backward. Good. And we can try to pop it. Good. Now you're going to definitely feel your legs really stretched out. So one of the nicer ways to return them to position is you can wiggle your knees like that. You are definitely stretched out here, which is an amazing experience. Okay, we are chugging along, so let's get over to our back roller. And we're going to do lower back. Oh. Elbow on profile. And throw it onto our lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Good. Rotate a little bit so you're doing some more on the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Good. Now let's do lower thoracic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Upper thoracic now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Good. And now our butt. Rotate over onto the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's do our hamstrings. I wasn't going to do them, but I feel like I have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more. 10. I know what I want to do. We're going to do our hip flexors. And I want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So your hip flexors is the muscle that's responsible for lifting your thigh. Okay, so it's right here. Here's your pelvis, the bone, and then here is the hip flexor. That has a tendency to, it's very difficult to stretch. So, but with our roller, we can really target it, and it hurts. So make sure that you're gentle with yourself and relieve some of the pressure by supporting your weight. And you can only do one side at a time. So rotate your hips over it, put the roller right in the crease of your hip flexor and roller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. One more. 4. Good. And we're going to do a shoulder stretch for our final roll because we are constantly looking at phones and computers and stuff. So, all right, so hands like this. Bring your forearms as close together as you can. I'll go in profile so you can see the full motion. And then my butt is down by my heels right now. And then roll forward. 1, 2, 3. Bring your butt forward. 4, 5, 6. You can arch your back some. 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Okay. That concludes our
stretching session for today. I really needed to do that. I'm listening to my body, and injury prevented is invaluable, because if you push yourself, if you injure yourself, it can set you back months, years even. So we want to pay special attention to when we take necessary breaks from training, and then when we transition back, we need to be able to do it smoothly. I hope you have an awesome day. And if you have any questions or anything like that, always hit me. Yeah, that was great. I feel energized and positive. And take very careful care of yourself. Be aware of what you're putting into your mind, your brain, and what you put into your body. It's really important. Be well. Peace.